Spiritual Manthan.
Imagine yourself at this very moment. Picture your life like a mosaic, each tile a memory, a moment, a choice. Some tiles are cracked, others gleam with brilliance, and some seem out of place. But together, they form a masterpiece. What if I told you that every heartbreak, every sleepless night, every decision you've regretted, all of it, was never random? That it all led you to this moment, right here, right now. Sounds dramatic, right? But think about it. Haven't you ever felt like your life was building towards something? Like the universe was nudging you, whispering, "There's more for you here." That whisper wasn't your imagination. It was your soul trying to break through the noise of the world to remind you, you are chosen. Let's stop for a second. Look back on your life. The times you doubted yourself, the times you felt like you were barely holding it together, those weren't failures. They were building blocks. They were lessons wrapped in chaos. And deep down, you've always known this, haven't you? That unshakable feeling that you're different, that there's something extraordinary about you. But here's the thing, that feeling, that pull, doesn't come without responsibility. You've felt like you don't belong in this world, haven't you? Not because you're lost, but because you're meant to create something beyond the ordinary. Think about it, the mundane routines, shallow conversations, endless materialism. None of it resonates with you. You feel disconnected from it all because you weren't made to follow the crowd. You were made to lead, to create, to transform. And here's the secret, that disconnection you feel isn't a curse. It's a call. It's the universe trying to wake you up. It's saying, you're not like everyone else, and that's exactly the point. So why does this matter? Because most people ignore this call. They suppress it, distract themselves, try to blend in. But chosen ones, people like you, they don't get that luxury. You've always known you were here for a bigger purpose. It's not something you stumbled upon, it's something you were born with. Think about the times when life felt unbearably hard. You didn't give up. Even when you wanted to, you couldn't. That's not just resilience, that's destiny. That's your inner flame refusing to die, no matter how much the world tried to extinguish it. And here's what I want you to understand. Being chosen isn't about being better than anyone else. It's not about being superior. It's about being called to a higher purpose. It's about carrying a light in a world that desperately needs it, even when that light feels heavy. But this isn't just about recognizing you're chosen. It's about deciding what you're going to do with it. Because being chosen comes with a question you can't ignore. Are you ready to answer the call? So, take a deep breath. Let this sink in. The struggles, the chaos, the pain, it wasn't random. It was the universe preparing you for this moment, for this lifetime, for the extraordinary life you're meant to create. Sign 1. Your inner flame refuses to die. There's something about you that refuses to quit. No matter how many times life knocks you down, you always find a way to get back up. You've been through storms that would destroy anyone else, yet here you are, still standing. Why is that? It's because there's a fire inside you, a flame that refuses to be extinguished. And that fire, it's your purpose. Let's think about this for a moment. Why would the universe, or God, or whatever you believe in, give you so many challenges? Why would you be tested so much if you weren't meant to overcome it all? Here's the answer. You've been chosen. And the universe doesn't choose its strongest warriors for the easiest battles. Have you ever felt like you've been carrying a weight that no one else understands? Like the world expects so much of you, even when you're struggling just to get through the day? That's because you're built for more. You were born to rise above, not to settle for an ordinary life. Every setback you faced wasn't meant to break you, it was meant to forge you, to turn you into the person you're destined to be. But let me ask you this, are you using that fire, or are you letting it smolder? Too often, we get caught up in trying to fit into a world that was never designed for us. We dim our light to make others comfortable. But chosen ones, true chosen ones, don't play small. They understand that their fire isn't just for them. It's for everyone around them. It's for the world. Here's an analogy. Imagine your inner flame is like a lighthouse. When you let it shine, it guides others. It gives them hope. But when you hide it, the world grows darker. So, what are you doing with your light? Are you letting it shine, or are you keeping it hidden? This fire inside you is more than just resilience. It's your compass. It's guiding you toward your purpose, even when you can't see the full path yet. Every time you rise after falling, every time you choose to keep going despite the odds, you're stepping closer to that purpose. But here's the thing, purpose isn't something you find, it's something you create. It's in the way you live, the way you show up, the way you choose to keep going, no matter what. And that fire inside you, it's not random. It's not something you created on your own. It's a gift, a divine spark placed within you from the moment you were born. So, let me challenge you with this. What are you going to do with that fire? Are you going to let it burn brightly, or are you going to let the world extinguish it? Because here's the truth, the world needs your light. It needs your passion, your resilience, your purpose. And the only way to honor that gift is to step fully into who you were meant to be. Sign 2. You carry a magnetic energy. Let's talk about energy. Not the kind that powers your phone or your car, but your energy, the one you carry in your presence, in your being. Have you ever noticed how people gravitate toward you? How, even without trying, you seem to draw others in? Maybe strangers open up to you about their deepest fears, or friends tell you how comforting it is just to be around you. It's not because of what you say or do, it's because of who you are. That's your magnetic energy at work. This energy isn't something you can fake or manufacture. It's not about having a loud personality or being the life of the party. In fact, many chosen ones are introverts, quietly observing the world rather than trying to dominate it. But there's something about your spirit that stands out. People feel it. They sense your light, your strength, your authenticity, and they're drawn to it, often without even knowing why. But here's the paradox. The same energy that makes you magnetic also makes you vulnerable. Your openness, your empathy, your willingness to connect, these are beautiful qualities, but they can attract the wrong kind of attention. Have you ever felt drained after spending time with certain people? Or noticed how some individuals seem to latch onto you, pulling you into their drama, their negativity, their chaos? That's because they sense your light, but instead of respecting it, they try to take it for themselves. This is why protecting your energy is so important. Think of it like this. You're a lighthouse, shining brightly in the darkness, guiding others towards safety. But if you don't take care of your own light, it will burn out. And what good is a lighthouse without its glow? So, how do you protect your energy while still sharing your light with the world? It starts with boundaries. Boundaries aren't walls meant to shut people out. They're gates that let the right people in. They're a way of saying, I value my energy, and I will only share it with those who respect it. Here's a practical exercise. The next time someone demands your time or attention, pause and ask yourself, does this person add to my light, or do they dim it? If the answer is the latter, it's okay to say no. Remember, your energy is sacred. Not everyone deserves access to it. And this brings us to another point. Just as you need to protect your energy, you also need to replenish it. Being a chosen one can be exhausting. You're not just living your life, you're constantly giving, uplifting, inspiring. That's a beautiful thing, but it can leave you running on empty if you're not careful. So ask yourself, what fills my cup? Maybe it's spending time in nature, meditating, creating art, or simply sitting in silence. Whatever it is, make time for it. You can't pour into others if your own cup is dry. Here's the deeper truth. Your magnetic energy isn't just a random trait. It's part of your purpose. You were given this light for a reason: to inspire, to heal, to uplift. But to do that, you need to protect it. Because the world needs your energy, not the drained, exhausted version of you, but the vibrant, radiant, unstoppable version. So let me ask you this: how are you protecting your light? How are you ensuring that your energy isn't just shared, but honored? Because being chosen means recognizing your worth, not just for yourself, but for everyone who benefits from your glow. Sign 3. You feel a profound sense of purpose. Have you ever felt like you're here for something big? Like there's a reason you exist beyond just waking up, going to work, paying bills, and repeating the cycle? That feeling, that gnawing, restless, undeniable sense that you're meant for more, is one of the strongest signs that you're among the chosen. Here's the thing about purpose: it's not always clear. In fact, for many chosen ones, purpose feels like a mystery. You know it's there, but you can't quite grasp it. Maybe you've tried different careers, relationships, or paths, only to feel like none of them truly fit. It can be frustrating, even discouraging. But what if I told you that your restlessness isn't a sign of failure? It's a sign that your purpose is bigger than you can currently comprehend. Think of it like this: purpose is like a map. When you're standing in the middle of the forest, you can't see the entire landscape. You only see the path directly in front of you. But every step you take brings you closer to the bigger picture. That's why purpose isn't about knowing, it's about trusting. Trusting that each step, even the missteps, is leading you somewhere meaningful. Let me ask you something. Have you ever been through a situation that felt like the end of the world, only to realize later that it was exactly what you needed to grow? That's purpose in action. It's the universe working behind the scenes, shaping you, guiding you, even when it feels like everything is falling apart. But here's the kicker: purpose isn't something you find. It's something you create. It's not a job title, a goal, or a destination. It's a way of being. It's in the way you treat others, the way you show up in the world, the way you choose love over fear, even when it's hard. So, let me challenge you with this. What would you do if you weren't afraid? Because fear is the biggest enemy of purpose. It whispers lies like, "You're not good enough. You're not ready. You'll never succeed." But here's the truth: fear only has power if you give it power. And being chosen means learning to walk through that fear, to trust that the universe wouldn't have placed this fire inside you if you weren't meant to use it. Here's a practical exercise. The next time fear tries to hold you back, ask yourself, what's the worst that could happen if I fail? And what's the best that could happen if I succeed? More often than not, the potential reward far outweighs the risk. And remember this: your purpose isn't just about you. It's about the impact you're meant to have on others. The world needs your gifts, your light, your unique perspective. So don't hold back. Don't play small. Step into your purpose fully, even if the path isn't clear yet. Because here's the truth: you are here for a reason. You are here to create, to inspire, to transform. And the world is waiting for you to rise. Sign 4. Synchronicities follow you. Let's talk about synchronicities, the so-called coincidences that feel too perfect to be random. You know what I'm talking about. You think of someone and they call you. You're struggling with a decision and suddenly you see a sign, literally a sign on the road, or maybe a repeated number like 11, 11, or 777. Or maybe you meet someone who unexpectedly changes the trajectory of your life. These moments are not accidents. They're breadcrumbs from the universe. Synchronicities are like whispers from the divine. They're not just little reminders that you're on the right path. They're proof that the universe is actively conspiring in your favor. And here's what's fascinating: these synchronicities tend to happen more frequently to those who are chosen. Why? Because chosen ones are deeply connected to the unseen forces of life. You're tuned into a higher frequency, one where the physical and spiritual realms overlap. But let me ask you this: how often do you notice these signs? Because here's the truth: synchronicities are everywhere. but most people miss them. Why? Because they're too distracted. The noise of modern life, constant notifications, endless scrolling, the relentless pressure to do more drowns out the subtle whispers of the universe. Think of it like this: the universe doesn't shout, it speaks softly. It doesn't force you to listen, it invites you. So, if you're too busy chasing the next thing, you'll miss the guidance that's already being offered to you. Here's a practical question. When was the last time you sat in complete stillness? Not multitasking, not scrolling through your phone, not planning your next move, just being fully present. Because stillness is where you'll find the answers you're seeking. It's in those quiet moments that the universe speaks the loudest. But synchronicities aren't just about receiving signs, they're also about alignment. The more aligned you are with your purpose, the more these coincidences seem to happen. It's like the universe is saying, yes, you're on the right track. Keep going. Here's an analogy. Imagine you're a musician tuning your instrument. When you hit the right note, there's a resonance, a vibration that feels just right. That's what synchronicities are. They're the resonance between you and the universe. When you're in tune with your purpose, everything starts to flow. The right people, opportunities, and answers seem to appear as if by magic. But let's not romanticize this too much. Synchronicities aren't always easy to interpret. Sometimes they're subtle. Sometimes they feel confusing. And sometimes they come in the form of challenges that force you to grow. But here's the key. Trust them anyway. Trust that the universe isn't random. Trust that every sign, every nudge, every moment of coincidence is leading you somewhere meaningful. So, how do you cultivate this connection to synchronicity? Start by paying attention. Keep a journal of the signs you notice, those repeated numbers, those random encounters, those moments that make you pause and wonder. Over time, you'll start to see patterns, and those patterns will guide you. But more importantly, create space for these signs to show up. Spend time in nature, meditate, journal. Do whatever helps you quiet your mind and tune into your inner self, because the answers you're seeking aren't out there, they're within you. The universe is just helping you remember. Here's the takeaway. Synchronicities aren't just cute little moments of serendipity. They're sacred. They're proof that you're not alone, that you're being guided, that you're exactly where you're meant to be. So, the next time you see one, don't brush it off. Acknowledge it. Thank the universe. And trust that it's all part of the inspire transformation in others. Have you ever noticed how people seem to open up to you? Maybe a stranger spills their life story to you on a bus. Or a friend tells you how much your words helped them, even when you didn't think you were saying anything profound. Maybe someone has even told you that you changed their life. Does that sound familiar? If so, it's not a coincidence. It's one of the strongest signs that you're among the chosen. Chosen ones have a unique ability to inspire transformation in others. It's not about being a motivational speaker or having a perfect life. It's about your energy. People sense something in you, your light, your wisdom, your authenticity, and it awakens something in them. You don't have to try to inspire others. It just happens naturally. But let's be honest, this isn't always easy. Being a source of light for others can be exhausting. People are drawn to your energy, but not everyone who comes into your life has good intentions. Some are there to drain you, to take from you, to test your boundaries. And if you're not careful, you can burn yourself out trying to help everyone. Here's the paradox of being a chosen one. You have a deep desire to give, to uplift, to heal. But you also have to protect yourself, because if you don't, you'll end up depleted, with nothing left to give. Think of it like this. You're a well. When you're full, you can provide water to everyone who comes to you. But if you let everyone take without replenishing yourself, the well runs dry. And what good is an empty well? So, how do you balance giving to others with protecting your own energy? It starts with boundaries. Boundaries aren't selfish, they're necessary. They're a way of ensuring that you can continue to give without losing yourself in the process. Here's a practical tip. The next time someone asks for your time, your advice, or your energy, ask yourself, is this adding to my light or draining it? If it's draining, it's okay to say no. But protecting your energy isn't just about saying no to others. It's also about saying yes to yourself. What fills your cup? What makes you feel alive, inspired, and recharged? Maybe it's spending time alone, creating art, meditating, or being in nature. Whatever it is, make it a priority. Because you can't pour into others if your own cup is empty. Here's another layer to this. Your ability to inspire others isn't just a gift, it's a responsibility. The universe didn't give you this light just for you. It gave it to you because the world needs it. But to share that light, you have to take care of it. You have to honor it. You have to protect it. So, let me leave you with this. The next time someone tells you that you've inspired them, take a moment to let that sink in. You are making a difference, even when you don't realize it. Your light is changing lives. And that is no small thing. The world needs you. It needs your wisdom, your energy, your fire. But it also needs you to take care of yourself. Because being chosen isn't just about giving to others, it's about honoring the gift you've been given. So, what does it truly mean to live as a chosen one? It's not about being perfect. It's not about having all the answers. It's about showing up authentically, flaws and all. It's about embracing your purpose, even when it feels overwhelming. It's about using your gifts not just for yourself, but for the world. But let me ask you this, what's stopping you? Is it fear? Doubt? The belief that you're not ready? Because here's the truth, you'll never feel fully ready. The universe doesn't wait for you to feel prepared. It calls you when it's time. And guess what? It's time. The world is waiting for you to step into your power, to use your fire, your energy, your purpose to create something extraordinary. So, will you answer the call?